Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to MLP Day 1 here in Columbus, Ohio. Welcome, folks from around the world. My name is Rob Cassidy here with Brandon Insekpong. Brandon, thank you so much for being here. How are you doing today?
Man, this is an awesome day. We're back MLP. This is the third event of the year, the final event in Columbus. Man, it's awesome to watch this level of pickleball.
Absolutely, and Day 1 has been interesting to say the least. This is both teams today's first event of the event, and I think they're ready to rock and roll. This is when they got to get those little, the P's and Q's in order, get those little stressors out of the way, and start getting the flow of things and take care of business.
Yeah, very important to get a good warm-up. We watched Clean and also Hard Eights get out there and move around. I'm looking for them to be pretty ready to start this game off. Absolutely,
and preparation in all facets of the word is one of the most important things about succeeding in any sport. So you can tell that they've been really committing themselves to these events during the off time. And getting here early, the practice courts were flooded with pros yesterday. You couldn't buy a practice court if you wanted to. Right now we have getting ready to go here. Team Clean versus the Hard Eights. Regina Franco serving to Sierra Gaytan-Leach, her first MLP event of her career.
Yeah, this is awesome to see the ladies kick this off. You can see the dupers there and the team duper. Let's get ready for some great action out here.
Regina Franco partnered with Maggie Remynse, one of the Remynse sisters, ready to rock and roll. And on the near side here, we have Georgia Johnson at the kitchen line and Sierra Gaytan-Leach to serve. I'm really excited for Sierra that she got to play in this event, and let's see what she can do. Oh, yeah. And a beautiful first point to start off the match. I mean, Brandon, this isn't your first rodeo at the MLP. I'm already feeling the tension in this match, and that was point 1.
Yeah, Sierra and Georgia definitely have a lot of offense, so you'll be seeing them hit the ball as hard as they can most times at the kitchen line to see if they can get things started off.
Maggie Remynse to serve. Love it. And an unforced error. You saw when she had that ball in the air, she's ready to rock and roll, but really is, there's no beating around it here, it's going to come down to that consistency.
Yeah, and we talk about it being their first match of the day.
That's right, the jitters.
Yeah, seeing those things typically happen to start off. Great speed up by Georgia.
Beautiful. And I get to say it here, Maggie Remynse, at this point, a veteran of the game. I think she's been playing for about 6 or 7 years now and has really made a name for herself. An experienced seasoned player, and it's showing.
Oh, it's great. That's an overhead there by Sierra. Disappointed that she missed that one, but that's the shot she's going to be looking for more often than not.
Yep. And, again, a couple inches out, another unforced error, Brandon. I mean, those add up. Especially in this rally scoring format, game to 21, win by 2.
Absolutely. Oh, there's a great speed up by Sierra.
Ooh, tough call. Really close as they call their own balls here. They do have the option to challenge on either court here this weekend. So
far I'm impressed by the way Team Clean is handling these speed ups. They're countering very well. Great defense by Regina. Now back up to the kitchen line.
Nice. Good dictation from Regina Franco, setting herself up. Another point on the board in this rally scoring scenario, 6-1.
Yeah, it's a huge confidence point there for Team Clean. It looks like they're dictating what's happening right now.
And a good eye. Nice and controlled from Sierra there. She took that out of the air. Didn't go for too much.
Sure, and again, I think that's one that Team Clean would hope for, right? They were there to counter. Regina just barely missed it.
Another good point. Not allowing the Hard Eights to get to the kitchen line there. There we go, 7-2. The young Georgia Johnson. with newcomer Sierra.
Yeah, that's great top spin on that volley by Georgia. It made that ball kick up right off Maggie's paddle, thus creating an error.
And what I believe is the first unforced error for Team Clean. Okay, we'll get that stain out in the wash. All right, keep it clean here. And that she had to play it. She had to play it. That ball was staying in.
Yeah, and I'm liking the way Hard Eights are really digging in here. It looked like momentum was going against them at that 7-2 lead, but they're right back in this game at 5-7.
Yeah, it goes by quick, but it is a long game to 21. You got to stay in it. Every point counts.
Another. Again, that's a credit to the top spin that Georgia's putting on the ball. You see it here. Regina leaves it, but that ball curves right back in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Locked in, nothing to lose. This is the Sierra that we've been seeing for, at least the past year. She's been putting in the time and unfazable. She's out there, she's focused, she's ready to rock and roll. It's a beautiful transformation in her game. I'm happy for her.
Yeah, happy to see her out here. Definitely deserving of the role.
Close call, actually, the ball was in. Forces him to play the one more, and it works out for him. Ball back in hand as we have a 1-point game here. When did that happen?
Really good to get back into this game. That's a great play there by Sierra. She dropped the ball in. She came in and was aggressive. I think that's the game that Georgia and Sierra are looking to play, and they feel pretty comfortable in. See it again, power stroke. They want to hit the ball hard. They don't want to get into a ton of dink rallies.
1 point away from achieving the side switch at 11. And there it is.
Wow.
Going to be a 1-minute side switch for our teams here as Sierra and Georgia, Team Hard Eights, reach 11 first. It looks like we are going to have a little bit of a inside scoop action. We're able to swing it down to Cameron Blackwood, who's on court, doing us justice, giving us the inside action. Cameron.
I was really excited to see this matchup here. As we know, the Hard Eights flew Sierra out to go train with Georgia just a couple weeks ago. So they know each other's game. They're starting to get in a rhythm here. They love to play fast. They both have great hands, and they're looking to speed up every chance they get. On the flip side, Maggie and Regina are going to have to slow things down, start building a point. What's working here is when they're pushing Sierra outside and back off the kitchen, it's creating a space, but they have to capitalize on it in order to get some points back on the board.
Thank you, Cameron Blackwood. I love that. That's some inside scoop action. That just goes into, the determination and the preparation that these players are putting into this to get the job done, and it's showing. Oh, a beautiful smash from Maggie Remynse.
Yeah, they're going to have to stay patient. They're going to have to pick their spots. They don't want to get into these early firefights like Georgia and Sierra. And so I think with that point, they did it there. Let's see if they can continue.
Nice pressure from Sierra. Ball back in hand.
Great pressure there.
Miss from Regina Goldberg.
Yeah, one that she wants to have back. She's got to shake it off here, right? Let's get right back in and see if we can get this next point.
Great spot from Maggie. Again, ball back in hand. They're right on their tails now as they race towards 21. It's crazy because 21, you think you have all the space, but it is a quick match.
Oh, definitely. Good top spin roll by Georgia. Yeah, you see, it's something subtle that she does. She starts that first volley with top spin. It kicks up off the opponent's paddle, and then she's able to put away the second ball. A little more force. Another drive there set up by Sierra and the poach by Georgia. That forces a timeout by Team Clean there. Hard Eights are playing the style that they want. They're really imposing their will right now.
Yeah, and that's a timeout you can expect right on a dime there. Let's talk about the teams here real quick. I mean, in addition to Maggie Remynse and Regina Franco Goldberg, we have Dekel Bar and Federico Staksrud, the newcomer to Team Clean, as they change the dynamics of the teams with the trades and the shifts since the previous events. They're looking to do some damage this weekend, and every match counts towards making it to that next day or making it to that final. So I hope these girls can, well, I hope both sides can pull it off. How do we make that happen?
Yeah, well, I'll say, I talked to Dekel. Dekel's super excited about having Federico on the team. He's a star when it comes to singles. He's very good in doubles as well. So they're looking forward to their entire structure right now and seeing if they can go as far as they can this weekend.
All right, here we go. Back to the action. Georgia Johnson serving to Maggie Remynse. Hard Eights versus Team Clean here in day one, Columbus, Ohio, MLP. And that is an out ball. Another point on the board for Sierra and Georgia.
Yeah, don't want that out of a timeout. Let's see if they can get it right back.
Third shot drive. A foot fault called by the secondary ref.
Wow, let's take a look at that. Called a foot fault here. I think it was on the volley right before then.
Oh, such a good drive.
Great poach by Georgia.
And a tough miss. She's managing those, though. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's the clear foot fault from on Maggie Remynse there. Great call by our referees here, keeping us in check. Love it. Gina goes for the drop. And they're unable to secure it. Hard Eights taking care of business here in game one.
Yeah, one of the best things Sierra could do is put power on the ball. You don't want to give her balls like that.
Nice. And that's what you're going to get when you speed up into Maggie Remynse there. I mean, with Maggie or any tennis player for that matter, they just love the speed. Her counterpunch is top notch, and your decision making is going to have to go elsewhere. And speaking of great decision making, there's Sierra just dictating the point with just definitive, low risk, high reward decision making. I mean, it's a very cognitive game to say the least. High ball, Maggie punishes.
Yeah, I think a lot of this game is going to depend on who imposes their will pressure-wise, the way that they're more comfortable with. For Team Clean, they're going to have to do that by dinking the ball around. Great defense by Regina.
Wow.
What a get.
And a well-manufactured point for the Hard Eights. Unbelievable pressure from both sides.
Yeah, just a great point all around. I think for Team Clean, they felt like they could win that point as well. It just Hard Eights came on top of that.
A potential game point here. Third shot drive. Smoked by Maggie Remynse. Still in the match.
So we've got Hard Eights frozen now at 20. They're going to have to win on their serve. Let's see if Maggie and Regina can come back here. That's a good start.
Now's
with
the
the
time.
14.
Ball is out into another game point opportunity here.
Yeah, hitting that ball close to Sierra's forehand has not proved to be a good strategy for Team Clean.
Safe options here. Sierra gets to the net. And that's going to do it for the Hard Eights. Game one, the ladies' game, goes to Hard Eights up one. Looking to secure the match, and the boys are next. That is a really great way to start the weekend for Hard Eights, especially and for Sierra to come on board and to show up like that. Looking forward to watching her the rest of this match, the rest of this weekend. And yeah, Brandon, what else could Maggie and Regina done to maybe keep themselves in that match a little better?
They really imposed their will. Let's hear from the players. We're going to throw it back down to Cameron.
Georgia, you guys were down 2-7, but then you came back with a dominant performance and took the win. How were you able to regroup and take that win?
I think it was just a little first round nerves. You know, it's the first match of the tournament, and we were super excited and a little nervous, I think. And I think once we were able to get a little rhythm on the court together, we were able to pull through.
And Sarah, we know your amazing owners flew you down to go train with Georgia. How were you able to take what you guys used and trained with there and bring it here to the MLP?
Well, just Georgia's hands are so fast, and so by training with her, I kind of knew what shot she was going to hit hard and which ones she might hit soft. So it helped me mentally just know which ones like I got to be ready for. And I think it really helped, and I love playing with her.
Great, thanks. Back to you, Rob.
Very good, and a great performance from Sierra Gaytan-Leach. Sierra, welcome to the MLP with her first match and her first win. We're going to take a quick break and see what the boys can do when we come back. We'll be back right after this.
Want a perfect pair of sunglasses for your every occasion? Hit up the Knockaround Custom Shop. With over 1 million possible combinations, why not get a pair for every you? 8 a.m. I need a coffee you. Clocking a few miles you. Game day you. Happy camper you. Fun in the sun you. On the slopes you. Dog days you. Happy hour you. Si se puede you. The Knockaround Custom Shop. You design them, we build them.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Oro Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
And welcome back to the Major League Pickleball event here in Columbus, Ohio, day one. The last event of the year, Brandon, and it is a finale to say the least. We got coming up on Center Championship Court, the men are about to do battle. Team Daescu Yates versus Bar Staksrud. Looking good.
Yeah, this is one that definitely circled before coming out here. Excited to see it. You've got Dekel, who has an incredible resume. You got Kyle Yates on the other side, who is, you know, one of the undisputed GOATs in the game. And they've got new partners this time. You know, Dekel's got Staksrud, Federico Staksrud, who's a really great player, and Kyle Yates is Andre Daescu. So I know the win probability says 62% to 38 via duper. This match can go either way.
Yeah, I'm looking at that 62% win probability, and, you know, I think they're here to challenge that for sure. Kyle Yates and Daescu is a well-established team, you know, outside of the MLP, and I think they're one of the most well-blended teams that is here.
Yeah, and they've played tournaments together before, and so that makes all the difference. They do have a chemistry. They have a history of actually winning medals together. And so I look for them to play a comfortable style, and yeah, look for this to be a firefight.
Here we go. Federico to serve with Dekel Bar versus Daescu Yates. Happy Friday. Oh, yeah. That's the type of explosive play that's going to occur here on center court for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah,
Fire it off, baby.
Yeah, we call those tests. That's Kyle testing to see if Dekel's ready, and that's Dekel testing to see if Kyle's ready.
That's right. And there's another test, Dekel Bar testing out the third shot drive. I don't think that's his last test. I think he's going to keep that on the radar. Some points to come here. Daescu with a little bit of a coin toss of a serve there.
Yeah, those last 2 points, it looks like they're formulating a small strategy where they're driving to Dekel's backhand as he's trying to approach the net.
It's a good spot. Ooh. And that's something Kyle Yates normally annihilates. Good hustle.
Yeah, just starting to get the legs under him. This being the first match of the day.
Oh, we got Andrea Coop, Team Chimeras, with her adorable little puppy here, enjoying the pickleball action here at the Pickle and Chill facility, Columbus, Ohio. Oh, Ernie! Defended, point continues, and reset. Oh, and a whiff from Staksrud. I think he was a little unsure if it was staying in or not.
Yeah, I like that attack from him, but Andre being as long as he is and with quick hands, it's something that he has no trouble with.
Off the net, handled with ease. Scrap into the net here.
Great defense by Kyle here.
Oh, attempts to do a lot with that ball.
Yeah, I mean, he was putting on a clinic when it comes to the defensive side. I think that got him in a groove, and he felt like taking a chance. Maybe something he's setting up for later in the game.
Yeah, four powerful players. I think the secret to this one's going to be, oh, a little tweener action.
Wow. Tweener reset.
And it's out. Dekel Bar getting big. Loving how he lowers his level, bends those knees to literally change his height from 7'3" to 4'1" in a little, just adjusting. And that's out. Sneaky from Staksrud.
Yeah, so if you recall from a couple points earlier, Staksrud tried to go down that line and DeAndre caught him, or Daescu caught him there. Federico's not going away from that, right? That's part of his strategy.
Yeah, I think the secret to this game between the boys here, I mean, we got four powerful players just kind of keeping the nerves at bay and keeping the cognitive level up just to make the good decision making. Here we go.
Yeah, and it is rally scoring, so each error matters. Federico would love to have that return back.
Oh, yeah. The wind-up off the bounce setup from Staksrud, and Dekel's able to clean it up with ease.
Yeah, let's take a look at it again. Kyle wondering if that ball was in. That was maybe a 40-mile-an-hour ball. Hard to see, but it's clearly in.
Very in.
Another one that they thought was out and they let go, but Federico actually does a really good job getting topspin on his drives. So they do come with speed, but they drop down.
It's a great pressurized dink from Kyle Yates, forcing him to take that controlled volley, giving Fed a volley that he can't attack but must finesse, and that would be filed under a forced error in my book. Looks like Daescu dictating the dink rally here.
Yeah, both teams probing.
Wow, Daescu!
Yeah, great counter defense. Again, you can see Federico is not going away from that down the line forehand strike, but he's down 2-1 when it comes to points on that.
Huge Ernie, countered. Yates is there.
Wow.
And the ATP is in!
Wow.
It's in! Oh, the classic chest bump
Wow.
between our St. Louis champions, Daescu and Yates.
Gets around it, flies, makes it, and comes back for the chest bump.
Deja vu at its best. Fantastic.
Yeah, some can call him like the highlight king.
Scoop. Oh, he's got it.
Wow.
Play continues. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Is he still hitting the ball?
Great defense. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Staksrud. The reset. They're at the net. Out of the air. He gets it! Daescu in the house! The crowd is going wild. Andre Daescu taking care of business. Unbelievable. Day one here at the Columbus MLP event.
Yates and Daescu are on fire from a defensive perspective and also offensive pressure.
It's that wonderful, unstoppable force meets an immovable object. Battle of wills, like you said earlier, Brandon. Unbelievable. And here we are, back in the Dink Rally. And one for Staksrud on the attack Daescu scale.
It's a good attack. Again, he's continuing to do it. And I think, Team Clean needed that one. There was a lot of momentum swinging there for hard eights.
And that was also kind of his other shoulder there, so he's lining him up good. A little much on the third.
Yeah, I think both teams here will want to get to 11 as soon as possible to build on the momentum. And let's see if hard eights can achieve that now.
Takes the net on his own terms. We've seen 0 earnings from Dekel thus far this match by design. And there's 11 into the side switch.
It's a great ball to
Hard
go
eights.
behind Dekel right there.
Oh, yeah.
It's I think both teams from a high-level strategy perspective are really executing right now.
Yeah, and this is kind of that, an established team versus a not-so-established team, a team that this is their first time playing together, Staksrud and Dekel. It's showing. It looks like they're kind of ironing out the kinks a little bit, but a fantastic match. Still close, to say the least here.
It's close, and as we said before, I mean, this match can go either, or this game can go either way. Both teams are executing at a high level, and it looks like Team Clean is going to maybe adjust a few things to see if they can get back into this.
Nice and awesome. We got some insights on the sideline with Miss Catherine Blackwood. Catherine, what's going on? Cameron.
Thanks, Rob. This is I think, of the best pickleball I've seen in MLP ever so far, just with the highlights and the defense that the hard eights are having right now. On the other side, what Bar and Staksrud are going to have to do is slow this down. There's a lot of fans here for the hard eights. They need to get everyone out of it, know how to play their game, not do too much. They just need to play simple pickleball, work the court, see if they can't spread Yates and Daescu a little bit further and open up that middle and get some put-away balls.
Awesome. Thank you, Cameron Blackwood. Please excuse me. Very good. Back to the action here. Andre Daescu with 11 serving to Dekel Bar. Beautiful overhead from the Dekel Bar.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that speed up by Kyle to go behind Dekel with a high floater. He's going to have to put a little bit more pace and keep that ball down.
Yeah, a lot of times, when you get the 11 first, you kind of feel like you've achieved something and you get a little perhaps overly confident or start to try some stuff that maybe you shouldn't. So you got to watch out for that, when you get that 11, because it's not over yet.
Absolutely. Great defense there by Dekel. Just couldn't convert on that last reset. And we're at 12-10 hard eights.
Such a good third from Yates. Off the line and now back to it. The Ernie Dink. Here we go.
Both teams still probing, looking for the best opportunity. Yeah, I think that's a little premature there by Daescu. I feel like he made up his mind a rally before and decided to just speed that one up. Maybe he wants to hold out a little bit longer next time.
Yeah, when you have 4 players of this caliber, you really got to kind of redefine what patience is in these scenarios, and for sure.
You know, every rally matters here. Again, Federico would love to have that reset back. You almost have to err on the side of going higher, just in case, right, in this type of format.
Ball is out. That's true, Brennan. And, you know, this type of team, Kyle Yates and Andre Daescu, they were not on the same team at the MLP Newport earlier this year. This combination of team is a championship-winning team. You could say that about a lot of men's doubles teams, even Dekel and Staksrud, unproven. But Andre Daescu and Kyle Yates is a proven championship-winning team that you could potentially see in this Sunday's final. Yeah,
well, you make a good point. I mean, they're up a couple points here. And also their ladies got the win already, and so they're looking pretty good early on in MLP.
I think Sierra Gaytan-Leach is going to be that X factor for them if she can show up and provide that assistance, that consistency, and kick some butt with Georgia. They are contenders.
It's a great ball by Federico. I'd like to see some more energy here from Federico and Dekel. I think, you know, Kyle and Andre feed off that on their side, and they're very used to it. But I think that can get Dekel and Federico pumped up to maybe get some more points here on the board.
I've seen Andre Daescu play over the years, and he's one of the most fiery and motivating partners there is out there. It's important. Heavy. Get back in it. The Daescu forehand. Oh, Dekel Bar with the scrap point.
Yeah, and that's the energy I'm talking about there. You see Dekel flying around the court, Federico with some great resets, and then afterwards,
there they are.
Just showing the emotion.
Yeah, let it out. All this incredible play on both sides. It's a 1-point game, folks. Here we go. He tries it on the big bar.
Yeah, it doesn't work there. And you can see, you know, since they added a little bit more energy, they're back in this 15-15. You know, Zane Navratil mentioned in the past that MLP is about energy, and they're starting to bring that energy now. That's one that Dekel will want back. You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to block that ball pretty easily. It results in a 16-15 lead by Hard 8.
Oh, Dekel catches up. Yeah, there's been some momentum swings here. I feel like, you know, there was a time period in this match where Yates and Daescu were dominating, but here we are, tied up 16-16 in this race to 21.
Yeah, it shows you how tough it is to win at the pro level. And each team is good enough to come back.
Just out.
Wow. I mean, excellent point. Resets.
Very tactical, tense point. And that's what world-class pickleball looks like.
Yeah, you can barely see here, but it looks like, oh, there it is. Bounces just wide. Kyle had to take a second look, wasn't sure about it.
Third shot drive. Comes out on top. A free point, Daescu with a couple words for Yates as they look to really take control back of this match.
And from a strategy perspective, Federico has a very good forehand drive. I'd like to see both him and Dekel do that more. Great block by Andre.
Jeez Louise, and he's finding out, Staksrud is finding out that with those attacks, they can't really punish him for deciding that. All they can really do is reset it. Same with those third shot drives. If they can't punish you for making that decision, then the door's open.
Yeah, forces a timeout. I mean, he's been putting pressure since the beginning. Kudos to Federico for not deviating from his strategy to attack. He's playing the percentages. You know, if I'm winning more points than I'm losing by attacking, I'm going to keep doing it.
Knocking on the door of 21. Team Clean kind of looking to upset here as they look to take down the infamous, the incredible Daescu Yates duo. It's not over yet. It's right there. I can't imagine seeing what adjustments to be made besides, you know, shutting down that drive.
Yeah, I think this is probably one of the more equally matched up teams overall when it comes to women's doubles, men's doubles, and mixed. And so both teams really looking to get this. I think Team Clean needs to win this game to even this match up.
Absolutely. It has been a brawl thus far, and here we go, guys. 19-16. Dekel Bar serving.
Big drive.
And the Ernie is out. Once again, though, that third shot drive is, you know, whether it's winning the point automatically, afterward it's getting them to the net. It's a good pattern to continue to follow up on. And it is out. All of these points still incredibly critical as no team is locked yet, and a side out would lead to point 20.
Yeah, if Team Clean can get to 20 here, which they're looking for, they can hopefully close this game out.
Let's see if Hard Eights can get to 20 here. Wow. Bold by the Yates. Reset by Team Clean. And it's in for point 20. Got a game point on the line here.
I mean, check this out. Federico has been attacking all game, and that puts Andre Daescu on his heels, right? And he just didn't see that ball going right by him.
A lucky guy. It is now 18-20, so both teams are locked in. The rally scoring is off. Every point must be earned on the serve from here on out.
Yeah, not sure Kyle is sorry about that net ball. They're trying to close this out themselves.
Huge side out for Team Clean. Incredible for them to be persevering and be in this situation is how this match kind of started out.
Yeah, let's look for Team Clean, see if they can get back into that drive situation on the third and create some chaos.
Yeah, they're gonna run that play. Let's take a look.
There's the drive.
Got him. Kyle Yates just stabbing at the ball there.
He's got one of the best one-hand backhands in the game, really, as far as what he can create off of it. You see that there.
Ball's just out. A gift for Hard Eights. As they need to score each point here the traditional way.
Yeah, it's the pressure of what Kyle Yates and Andre Daescu put on you that you feel like you need to put more on the ball.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I mean, great speed up there by Dekel. The block by Kyle, and then just hangs on the net. And Federico, with that speed and quickness, is able to get around it for the ATP.
Lucky, unlucky, call it what you will. Game point here.
Great ball.
Unreal. Incredible fight. And here it is, you know, Yates and Daescu kind of handling that third shot drive pattern that they're showing up with. Here we go. 1 point game. Unbelievable. Third shot drive of their own and the fifth shot drop. Oh, and the unexpected speed up. Nobody saw that coming. Kyle Yates, a man from the future.
Yeah, look at Team Hard Eights in the crowd. They are loving that speed up there by Kyle. I wouldn't be short to say he has ice in his veins. Let's see what they come up with here. May have hit an out ball there.
Wow. Jeez Louise. Jeez.
Crazy blocks there by Dekel.
Big play from Team Clean for the side out here at 2020. Locked up. Win by 2. Folks, thank you guys for joining us. Rob Cassidy, Brandon Insect Pong giving you guys the best seat in the house. Here we go. And it's way out for a game point scenario here. Here we go.
Federico doing a good job creating some aggressive points. Big serve by Dekel.
Full power.
This is the drive, right?
It's one of the plays he has is, you know, the full power serve into the full power third shot drive. The risk reward is there, but, you know, here we are in a 2021 situation.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that drive. He's playing the percentages there. Let's see if they can get it back.
Thrilling men's match we have here. Hard eights, Team Clean, locked in at 21-21.
Yeah, Dekel decided to go straight at Andre. Andre was prepared for it, and it resulted in them winning the point for hard eights.
Tough ball over the net, but they did earn their point to kind of keep them out of a match point scenario, so this will not be a match point.
Yeah, great block. Just barely caught the net and went over.
Dekel Bar serving again. Let's see what he does here in terms of how much he goes for.
Big serve, big drive. Now the drop comes.
Wow. That's so good. Running their play, Dekel Bar getting to the net, getting that Ernie off, and Kyle Yates, Daescu somehow getting to shut that down. Ball back in hand, 21-21.
Awesome defense there by Daescu and Yates.
Oh, and there was so much more he could have done with that.
Tried to get to the pancake. Dekel just caught him in an awkward position, as you see there.
And it looks like Team Clean calling a timeout here, just to kind of sort things out.
Yeah, Rob, when you're, as a team, when you're stuck like this, right, both teams going back and forth, 21-21, is there something you're thinking about in the timeout that can help you win this game?
Nice. I mean, you really want to keep the energy. If you're in a good place, keep the energies where it's at. Otherwise, just kind of reset, stick to those good, those good habits, deep serves, deep returns, and focus on what's been working for you, and staying sharp. Dekel Bar, kind of deciding to take control of the match. If you're on the team and Dekel Bar's deciding to take control of the match, you're in a good place. Hopefully he can keep that confidence up. I mean, we've been watching Federico battle with Daescu on that sideline. He's been stubborn about it, he's been smart about it, and he hasn't been discouraged with it. That's important, and it's working out here in late game.
Yeah, he's going to have to keep it up if they want to complete this game.
Huge power, handled by Yates. Heavy swings from Dekel Bar to give them a match point or a game point scenario here.
And Federico made a subtle change there. You can see he slid over to his left to hit a forehand on that ball. Previously, he was hitting some backhands with a little less power. That bodes well for Team Clean.
Match point, or game point, excuse me. Can't call it out. Dekel. And that's gonna do it. Team Clean achieves the victory. An incredible men's game here. The match is not over. They are one apiece after the gender games under the belt.
The crowd is loving this here. I mean, that was some awesome pickleball, heavy firefights, great defense. I think that's what the crowd here at Columbus came to see, Rob.
Absolutely, and this could ultimately work out in a best case scenario for Yates and Daescu, as I like to call this kind of a kick in the teeth, if you will. This was a match that they probably should have won, and this might focus them up for the rest of the weekend. Time will tell if they can kind of pull out the match right now, as it continues with the mixed.
Yeah, you saw there the big put away there by Dekel. Now we've got the women warming up, getting ready for mixed. Let's send it down to Cameron Blackwood there for sideline interviews.
Federico, it seemed that the Hard Eights had all the momentum in the beginning. What did you change in your strategy in order to get back in this match?
No, we had a plan. We couldn't set in. A little bit. It was tough when you are watching and then you have to just jump in and play. But then, yeah, we could execute the plan, so it worked well.
You're all tied up. You're going back and forth. What are you looking for? Are you to hit power shot? You guys are also trying to dink a lot in the middle. What were you looking for there in order to get this and tied up 1-1?
Right, we felt like we were getting some pop-ups or some easier shots for us to attack when we were going to the middle. Obviously, we felt like we were doing well when we were speeding up, so we tried to do that as much as we can. Obviously, you got to pick your spots because it's two great players. But yeah, happy we could get this crucial win.
There you have it. It's 1-1. Back to you guys.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in from all around the world. We are going to be right back after this short commercial break with our first mixed game of the match. Stay tuned.
Major League Pickleball is brought to you by Pro XR Pickleball, Aura, Franklin, and Knock Around Sunglasses.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Aura Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at auraorganic.com.
The Pro XR Pickleball Paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
What are you guys doing?
Getting our duper tattoos.
Oh, cool.
Hey Cameron, how's it going?
Almost done.
Perfect. Can't wait to see your number.
Number?
Duper, because ratings shouldn't be a surprise. Download the app and claim your free profile today.
I haven't even started yet.
Oh.
And welcome back to MLP Columbus, day one here, folks, on Championship Court. We have our mixed doubles coming up. The teams have decided who they're going to be playing with, but they haven't revealed it yet. So as the ladies warm up, as the boys kind of catch their breath here, Brandon, that last match was incredible. What are your thoughts?
I think for Team Clean, that was a huge win for them. You know, you never want to go down 0-2 in this scenario, and they were able to withstand a tough match against Andre Daescu and Kyle Yates and come out on top. So I think, you know, both teams are feeling good. They reset. They put more than likely their best mixed team out and try to set the tone and close this match out as quick as they can.
Absolutely. Looks like we have Georgia Johnson and Andre Daescu, the two veterans of Hard Eights, as the dynamics or the faces of these teams have changed just since Newport, exchanging Susanna Barr and John Sincola for the Sierra Gaytan-Leach and Kyle Yates. Interesting changes. We'll see if it works out, but the Hard Eights have put their team one out, and Daescu, mentally strong individual, as we know. I can't imagine that previous match kind of having any bearing on how he's about to perform in this mixed match.
Yeah, not for him. He's a guy that's ultra confident when he steps out on the court. And, you know, right on cue, they're putting their #1 mixed team out there. I'm now interested to see if Team Clean is going to match that, which it looks like they are, with Dekel Bar and Regina Franco, who I believe is their #1 mixed team on that side. And like I said, both teams are looking to set the tone, right? They want to get that 2-1 lead, make it a little bit easier for their #2 mixed team, and try to close out this match.
Mixed doubles. You know, the go-to strategies. Hit it to the girl, but I don't think it's going to be that easy here. As the best in the world go at it. Center court, here we go. A good eye, a good miss from Dekel Bar. First point of the match.
Yeah, I think one interesting thing to watch in this game is Georgia and Andre are very powerful individuals, and I think Regina has maybe the least amount of power here on the court. So we'll see if she can contend there or if she sticks with blocking and resetting more in this match, or this game.
Tough. Great spots from Daescu. He's attacking that middle, kind of forcing Dekel to be in a defensive position, and Dekel trying to communicate and delegate that last ball. Ooh.
Great play. You see Dekel covering a lot of court. He's used to that. He's very good in that setting. Andre Daescu able to get behind him, and then Georgia putting the pressure with that speed up caused the out ball.
Big forehand. Goes for a second drive. Sets up Georgia. Oh, but Dekel with the placement shot after the luck from the net.
Yeah, a little unlucky or lucky depending on who you are on that one, but you can tell that Daescu and Johnson have a strategy. It is fire and rocket that third shot and put as much pressure as they can on Regina and Dekel.
Yeah, if your opponents, you know, show that they're incapable of punishing you for it, why change it up? Huge hand exchange. Oh, Andre Daescu making it look so smooth.
Wow, look at the hand speed here. Right behind Bar on that in one, right? No one was home there. Check back later.
Deep. Daescu on a roll.
You've also got two big serves on this side. Daescu and Johnson have pretty heavy serves.
That two-handed backhand rip from the youthful Georgia Johnson.
And you've got to imagine Georgia Johnson, you know, practicing daily with her brother, J.W. Johnson. She is so used to power, right? And she is not fazed by any of that at all.
Yeah, not a bad practice partner, not too shabby of influences around her. Oh, yeah, Dekel Bar.
Yeah,
with the slicey dicey off the bounce to that corner.
I mean, what a shot. He holds his position. He waits till the last second, and then it's a slice, too. That's such a tough ball down the line.
I really feel like him succeeding in making that shot has kind of, gave him some confidence, wanted to see what he would do with it, but ball's a little out. Dekel's got to find that balance right now on really executing what he's trying to do.
Yeah, it's rally scoring, right? And so they've got to make sure they're as clean as possible because every point matters.
Tough miss.
So we talk strategy, right? For Regina Franco and Dekel Bar, that is the strategy that they want. They want Regina to play super solid, dink the ball, keep everything neutral, and then see if there's opportunities for Dekel Bar.
Oh yeah, avoids the Ernie, but sets up the overhead. Way to move the pieces. Andre Daescu, Georgia Johnson setting up a checkmate. Love that.
Such great pressure by Daescu to force the lob by Dekel. and Georgia just puts it away. That's one that the Hard Eights would want back.
Okay. (9-5) here as they look to pull away on the first half of this game. Switch sides at 11. Controlled drive, follows it up, trying to apply the pressure. Now, Brandon, as you know in the MLP format, as we get more familiar with it, you'll notice they don't have to switch sides. It's a unique format, the rally scoring. Makes it easier for them to put the players in their preferred sides of the court. Do you have a preferred side that you like to be on?
Yeah, I think, for me, I like to play both sides. I think it just depends on who you're playing with. Those are things that these teams have talked about as well before they set their lineups out. See there, great ball to jam up Regina Franco. Bar wanted to come in and get that, wasn't able to. 11-6 were on the side change.
Awesome. And with that, we are going to go down to our sideline reporter, Cameron Blackwood. Cameron.
I would really like on this changeover here for Dekel and Regina to really talk through who has that middle ball. Right now, it's almost like Dekel's coming over because he wants it, but it's the shot's not there, and it's blocking Regina from blocking that ball back and staying in the point. So there's a lot of confusion on that. They really need to iron that out if they're going to get back on this board here and get some points.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And Brandon, she's got some really good points, some good observations there, Brandon. If you're with a partner and having some confusion in the middle, what might you do with your partner to iron that out?
Yeah, communication is key. I think just setting in stone, what areas of the court that person is going to take over. In this case, Dekel takes up a lot of real estate, and so they're still figuring out what works for their team.
Yeah, and speaking of figuring it out, Georgia Johnson, Andre Daescu, not the easiest puzzle to solve. But that'll get it started. A much-needed side out and point for Team Clean.
I think that's going to be their strategy, in my opinion. Dekel's going to have, if he's going to move around, he's going to need to create things from there and then play off of that. I'm not sure that he can really move around as much as possible on a bunch of neutral balls. It then puts Regina Franco in a compromised position.
Another point on the board, almost doubling the score here as they approach the 14. Oh, Dekel with another unforced error means another point. And a timeout called by Regina Franco Goldberg as she takes control of the match herself, putting herself in the driver's seat. And let's find out if that's a good timeout, bad timeout. You think they can turn this around, Brandon? What does Team Clean do?
Well, it's a quick one. I think Regina Goldberg and Dekel Bar right now are just trying to make sure that they don't let this slip too far, right? You've come out of this. You come out of the end change. You've lost a couple points, a couple unforced errors. Let's see if we can reset and get this game back on track, because they know they need to make this 2-1 to give them the best possible chance to win this entire match.
Yeah, I think they got to live by their team name and keep it clean.
I agree.
Wow. And there's that unpunishable offense from Andre Daescu. You've got to find a way to take him out of being in such control of the point right from his serve. Let's see what they do with this third here. Drive into a volley, and he might have rushed that one a little bit as he apologizes to Georgia Johnson.
Yeah, just a little bit, but he's staying on cue with his strategy. You know, by my count, that is actually 11 third shot drives by Andre Daescu out of 12 attempts.
Yeah, you want to stay smart. You want to stick with what's working, and you don't want to get discouraged when you miss one or two. They are in full control here.
Yeah, another uncharacteristic, unforced error there by Bar.
Little wide. Another point as they pull away. Regina looking to keep Dekel in this one. Oh, and nobody's home. And that's just such good heads up by Daescu. It's the perfect shot. I mean, you can see that Dekel and Regina are really trying to find, he's trying to find the balance of how much court he needs to be covering. And Andre just perfectly punishes him for it.
It's a good job by Daescu and Johnson to keep the pressure on.
Wow! And Dekel can't do much but say nice shot to the Georgia Johnson as she pulls that two-handed overhead backhand to the sideline.
Did we mention Georgia Johnson has no problem with power? Let's check this replay out again. Look at that. Wow.
Just great hands battle from the Johnson clan. She pulls the trigger anyway. The ball is out. Tough. As we approach match your game point here, we got two teams on deck ready to roar.
It's tough. When you have a team putting this much pressure on you, Goldberg and Bar are going to have to put it right back on them. Just like that.
And I don't care what the score is, you still love to see that overhead from the one and only Dekel Bar. Woo! Ay caramba.
Hard eights frozen at 20.
Yep.
A little far there by Bar. Great pickup by Regina Goldberg. Wow.
Beautiful point. Beautiful point.
Yeah, she puts it away. Again, it's the power from Daescu and Johnson on that side is proving to be a little too much right now for Team Clean.
Second game point here, looking for the Hard Eights to go up 2-1. And there it is, secured in the books. Hard Eights take the first mixed game of this match. Yates is pumped for his team. Sierra is taking off the hoodie, getting ready to prove herself in her first mixed game or first mixed event in the MLP. Brandon?
I mean, it was a great match there for Hard Eights. They executed their strategy, were able to come out on top. I think for Team Clean, you've got to wash that away right now and put your next team out and see if you can come out with the W to stay alive.
Nice, and at this point, we have an interview with the winners with Cameron Blackwood. Cameron, take it away.
Andre, 21-19. How are you and Georgia able to create so much confusion on the other side?
We're both pretty strong players. We're going for a lot of pace. We're making a lot of those drives. Georgia is doing a great job at the net, just getting in the middle with that backhand. She took on Dekel a couple of times, which is obviously not easy at all. And we played a fast game and it worked out very well for us.
Speaking on taking on Dekel, you did that very well. What are you looking for in order to get behind him and counter his shots?
Well, he's a big guy, he covers a lot of court, so I just got to make sure I work the point a little bit before I decide to go gripping and ripping, And they both played well, but I'm glad we came out on top.
You did just that. Thanks, guys. Back to you, Rob.
Awesome. Great champions of the game, Andre Daescu and Georgia Johnson get the win as we gear up for this next mixed match. We are going to do a short commercial break, and we'll be right back with you with our next game, MLP, Columbus, Ohio, 2022.
The Pro XR Pickleball Paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
I'm gonna say she's a solid 3.5.
Nah, she's definitely a 2.5.
Guys, look at that forehand. She's clearly a 3.0.
Guys, come on. I'm at least a 4.0.
Fair enough.
Ratings don't have to be hard. Duper. Optimized for accuracy, optimized for fun. Download the app and claim your free profile today.
Want the perfect pair of sunglasses for your every occasion? Hit up the Knockaround Custom Shop. With over 1 million possible combinations, why not get a pair for every you? 8 a.m. I need a coffee you. Clocking a few miles you. Game day you. Happy camper you. Fun in the sun you. On the slopes you. Dog days you. Happy hour you. Si se puede you. The Knockaround Custom Shop. You design them, we build them.
And game 2 underway. Here we go. First point going to Team Clean. Folks, thank you guys for joining us here at the Major League Pickleball Columbus. Last event of the year, going out in style here at day 1 as Team Clean looks to tie it up to go to that singles tiebreaker. Every match counts, every point counts. Kyle Yates serving to Federico Staksrud. Oh, yeah. Oh, the lob. And not high enough as Maggie Remynse is able to easily put that bad boy away.
Yeah, I think Kyle Yates will probably continue with that. Just kind of a feeling a little bit short on that lob.
Yeah, it's a nice way to play, nice and free and loose, and really, you can't forget that you have those incredible shots, that creativity that wins points. And that's a little tight. That's what we're going to want to minimize. Sierra has all the tools, just needs to maybe pull that one out of the playbook.
I think that's going to be the strategy for Team Clean if they can get Gaytan-Leach into a dinking rally, and see if she can create some unforced errors.
Staksrud getting creative. Ooh. And that was a lot for a side out. That ball was low, maybe unattackable. As Dave Weinbach would say, you got to respect the net.
Great dink by Remynse.
And a let's go as Maggie Remynse charges up. She is much more focused. I love the aura, the energy she has this game as opposed to that first one of the day. Let's see what they can do with it.
Yeah, they're going to need it here. They want to stay alive in this match. Back to the strategy, cross court to Gaytan-Leach. Staksrud looking to pick his spots a little better after that first miss.
The attack from Remynse prevails. Another point on the board for Team Clean as they look to break it open. Yates with the paddle in the air, which is just letting the ref know that he's still getting ready. Just a player right. Staksrud getting low. Oh.
Little miscommunication there by Staksrud and Remynse. She expected him to come over and take that forehand. I think they'll clean that up the next time it happens. Back to the strategy here, cross court. Remynse switches it up.
ATP defended. Yates to the open space for the point. Great defense from Sierra here. Take a look. Oh, controlled and keeps the point going. And that's the risk reward with the Ernie. A lot of people forget how much you get pulled out of position when you execute, or the ATP even for that matter.
It's a great way to stay calm by Yates.
Full control, Kyle Yates. And they are fired up.
And you can see that last point really got Yates more active. He's moving around. He's starting to get, show some more emotion here. I think they're going to need that if they want to close this thing out. Great drive by Gaytan-Leach.
Oh, and a little finger wag from Yates there. It contextually made sense, as I don't think that was the best call for Maggie Remynse to attack into some of the greatest hands that's ever played the game of pickleball.
A little premature. That's the Yates that Hard Eights wants to see at all times.
Yeah, this is the Yates mode where you almost have to ride out the storm. Like Golden Boy, G-O-A-T, Kyle Yates in the house, full control.
When you're on a roll like that, Gaytan-Leach has to come up with that one right there. We can't have that unforced error on this momentum.
There you go. Such a good reset by Maggie. Scrap. Perfect. Follow up high. And the relentless pressure from the Hard Eights. Oh, and perfect. You got Daescu on the sideline, letting them know what's good, as coaching is allowed in this team format. And Brandon, you know, people at home may or may not know what's at stake here. If Team Clean wins, that means 2 games apiece. It would send us to the first Dreambreaker of the weekend.
Yeah, Hard Eights are hoping to not have to go to a Dreambreaker. They would love to close this out, but if so, I think they are ready and well equipped, both teams, to play a singles Dreambreaker for the match.
The Dreambreaker is the singles tie-break format where all 4 players, respectively, individually play singles against the other team.
Great get by Yates. He's starting to get a little more active in the middle.
Here we go. Oh, and an easy put away from Yates. Props to Sierra for giving him that opportunity, for keeping them in the point. That's how it's done.
Yeah.
That's the support and the put away, or the finisher combo.
Absolutely.
Oh, Yates is everywhere, except there.
Yeah, just a little high on that reset. Remynse able to put it wherever she wanted and places it right there in that back corner.
And I gotta say, in this format, Brandon, it feels like Hard Eights are just dominating, but we're tied up at 8-8 with this rally scoring. I mean, it is anybody's game here. Placement shot, and it is too good. Probably one of the best drop shot winners in the game, Kyle Yates.
He has some of the best feel for the game with his experience and the amount of matches he's played, and he just noticed Remynse was on her heels and drops a shot right there at the kitchen.
Absolutely. He's not the puppet master himself, but he's had enough exposure to,
Little miscommunication in the middle from Staksrud and Remynse. That is the second time. We'll see if they can clean that up here.
Nice. Oh, that hustle for the volley, taking it away as an option. And another point on the board, securing the 11, the side switch. It looks like we are gonna sneak it down. Epic match. Let's take a quick peek at what Cameron Blackwood has for us. Cameron.
I really like what Kyle Yates is doing, knowing that they're picking on Sierra Gaytan-Leach a little bit. He's creating a lot more movement, taking some of those balls right in front of her, pushing it to Staksrud, just changing up the pace and the direction just a little bit more, and it's creating a lot of opportunities. On the flip side, I understand what Remynse and Staksrud are doing with pressuring Sierra Gaytan-Leach. However, I would love for Maggie to keep Kyle Yates honest. It doesn't have to be much, but a nice push or even just a nice drop behind him, and maybe just create some movement, do a fake Ernie, something to get him off his game, because right now they're fired up.
Awesome, great points from Cameron Blackwood, and she's absolutely right. You can't just avoid Kyle Yates altogether. Sometimes you have to hit them the ball and make sure he's hitting it on your terms. Boom, just like that, a fantastic backhand down the sideline of Yates to get the ball in their hands. 9-11.
Yeah, and I think what needs to change for Remynse is right there you can see she was pretty confident in what she was going to do, and she has to stay like that, and she can't second guess it.
Patience and pressure. Yates still looking loose, looking to create. Sierra head down, going to work, setting herself, oh! And just a bit much, just a bit much.
All the jelly right there, just missed the jam. She had it.
And there it is, super smooth. Sierra Yates. And Brandon, like we said, if Team Clean pulls this off, it's going to be the first Dreambreaker singles tiebreak of the event. A couple months ago in Newport, you couldn't make a left without tripping over a Dreambreaker. I mean, they were happening every single match.
Yeah, Team Clean's going to need to stop this run right here by Hard Eights. See the drive by Gaytan-Leach. Great defense. Again.
That's in.
Wow.
Overhead. Oh, unlucky. Tough point.
What a dig by Gaytan-Leach to even get into that position and then just hits the net. But, you know, credit to her, there was some topspin on that ball. That's what caused it to go over.
And we could say that it was luck, but there's a strong possibility that Sierra did that on purpose. That, however, Yates did not do it.
Yeah, it was a tough one. He probably gave up a little bit more position than he wanted to. We'll see if they can get it back here.
This game has not been streaky. There's been so many side outs. Ooh. Okay, that's another one to just pull from the playbook, and you can smooth on to the championship finals on Sunday.
Yeah, this type of format, you really can't have unforced errors like that. Let's see how Gaytan-Leach regroups. Forces another high ball. Staksrud puts it away.
That is such a good swipe from Fed Staksrud. Gets a little low, gives himself that perfectly strike zoned overhead.
Yeah, if Staksrud and Remynse are able to get this next point, I'd like to see a timeout here from Hard Eights.
From Hard Eights. Those are the jabs. That's a little splash of confidence might get you to make some not the best decisions. Needs to keep her head down and keep Yates in these points.
Yeah,
I hate to say it.
Yeah, 3 straight unforced errors there.
There's a time to pull the trigger and there's a time not to pull the trigger.
See if she can regroup.
And Coach Daescu looking to call a timeout. Got a frustrated Yates there. Oh, nice. We have a nice smile from the Staksrud family as we caught a little glimpse of a little Regina Franco Goldberg mini-me. Awesome family atmosphere here at the Columbus, Ohio Major League Pickleball event. It's been a fantastic first day, and it's only going to get hotter. Brandon, if you're the Hard Eights, what do you do to recompose an incredible player's mind like Kyle Yates and Sierra Gaytan-Leach?
Yeah, first of all, I think, Andre Daescu being the team captain, I think that timeout was a point too late. They probably should have done it there at 14-14 after multiple unforced errors. But the fact that they have one now, all they need to do is reset and get back to their game plan. The shots that were missed, in my opinion, were just confidence errors. And so if they raise that back up, they're going to be back to the level that they want.
Yes, if Yates can keep the keep that freedom and Sierra to keep that discipline, I think they'll be in a good place. We don't need either of them tightening up. Oh, Staksrud has it. That shot is so good. That's the one where you live over the kitchen, get low, take that ball low, and all the weight is going forward. That shot will not miss. Federico Staksrud has arrived.
And notice he didn't run away from that ball. He stepped to it and was able to get back if a return would have come.
And it holds on. A nice little punch from Sierra.
Yeah, Gaytan-Leach, glad to have that ball right there. I think she would have wanted it not to hit the net and be a little bit cleaner, but I think that's going to help her confidence going forward to give them a chance to close this game out.
And that is twice now, so maybe she's onto something, hitting that net on purpose. Oh, Yates.
Great defense.
Well, both men getting very involved. Huge point.
Yeah, momentum is, I would say dead even right now from both teams.
Big Poach follows his own shot up. He's so fast, he's so good. He's Kyle Yates.
Yeah, you can see him moving around, getting more involved, and what'll happen is when he gets like that, he'll start to play faster. So Team Clean's got to be careful of not playing into his hands.
Good point from Team Clean. This one's crawling towards the 21, the drama. Oh, and a tough miss. That chip from Yates was a good setup. That's basically what they wanted. Backhand floats a little wide.
Yeah, it went right into Gaytan-Leach's backhand. She'd love to have that one back. 9 out of 10. She's gonna crush that ball.
Unbelievable placement shot from Kyle Yates. The English on that ball, it never left the kitchen.
It's such a good ball. If you run towards it, he's gonna push it right by you. Kind of has you handicapped on that.
And it's out. That's straight up. Gaytan-Leach in front of Staksrud, straight up is a little in Staksrud's favor.
Yeah, Gaytan-Leach has a lot of power. She's just got to make sure she tames it when Federico speeds the ball up to him. Big point here for both teams.
It is all or nothing as both teams reduce to the traditional classic cross-court pattern between the ladies. Staksrud looks to make something happen, forces it, point, hard ace. 19-19, unlocked. Oh, and there it is. Brandon, in this format, I feel like that 19-19 point is the most critical of what the score could be. You know, now it's match point down 1.
Yeah,
Here we go.
You want to get to 20 as soon as possible. See if Team Clean can finish this right here.
There it is. Great execution. A clutch point from Sierra Gaytan-Leach.
Yeah, she does a really good, Gaytan-Leach does a really good job getting on top of that ball and pushing it with power and pace.
And because of that lock on the score that occurred after 19-19, it is still 19-20. But just like that, we are now locked in at 20-20. Win by 2. Huh. Did you bring your heart medication, Brandon? Do you have any to spare?
Forgot it in the hotel.
Cross court between the ladies. A little more dynamic this time.
Yeah, this strategy is going to dictate who can close this out.
Huge point from the hard eights. It's not over yet, but we do have a match point on the paddle of Yates as they take a timeout for Team Clean. Good grief.
Yeah, and I like that play by Remynse. You want to stay focused and make sure you're aggressive. It just so happened that Yates on the other side has very quick hands and was able to get on top of that last ball and force her to hit it into the net. So we'll see if they can basically stem the tide here to get the ball back and get themselves in a position to win this game.
It's a fast action format as every point counts. It was down, you know, they're up rather 20-19 just a glimpse ago. Now it's 21-20, and you can see here we have that the duper point rates going in Remynse from Staksrud favor. This is by all means a coin toss, and here we go as they toss that coin. Kyle Yates serving to Federico. The ball is out.
Yeah, Yates wanted that. Again, I like it when players go out and be as aggressive as possible as opposed to being timid.
Maggie Remynse looking to tie it up. The third. Attacked and reset. Oh,
Great
my goodness.
block by Gaytan-Leach.
Oh my goodness, every point has so much happening. Another match point on the paddle of Kyle Yates.
What a clutch block and reset by Gaytan-Leach.
Seriously.
Off the pressure from Staksrud.
Huge play and punished for it. No patience on the hard 8 side, at least in that moment. It's easy to criticize from the booth over here, right, Brandon? It's not like
one spot that's tough to go to is cross court to Remynse's backhand. She's loading up and she's waiting for it.
sometimes you got to stick to the process and believe, just like that third shot drop as Maggie Remynse ties it up.
Great drive by Staksrud.
Power followed up with finesse. Oh. And as Gaytan decides to initiate, that's the punishment you're going to get.
Well, you see it again, right? The last time Yates went cross court to Remynse's backhand, she fired it. This time Gaytan-Leach to her backhand.
Yeah. Let's not forget, it's pickleball, and patience equals success. And Sierra Gaytan-Leach's patience prevails. Patience plus consistency, getting them the ball back. Good gracious.
Yeah, you can see, and she's sticking with her guns and playing really solid right now.
And the decision making is there. That's what their team needs. Sometimes you want to win the way you want to, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. An attack from Remynse.
What a reset by Yates.
Point neutralized. Oh, and such a perfect ball from Maggie Remynse to give them game point.
Yeah, she set it up here. She pushed the dink wide, and then she slid in. Gaytan-Leach thought she had some room to get that over. And Remynse's there with an in and out through the middle.
Viewers at home, we are in contention for our first Dreambreaker singles tie break of the event this weekend. And it is out.
I like the speed up there by Staksrud. He just barely missed it towards the end there. Hard eights really need to get 22 on the board here.
This is a smoldering game. I don't know how many side outs there's been. Yates looking to tie it up here. Third shot drop.
Great drop.
Oh, so clutch. Yates follows it up. Oh, and it's a little premature.
Yeah, Gaytan-Leach was on it. Staksrud just kept it so low. It was hard for her to get that rebound over the net.
Game point. Again, can she get this one? No, she cannot. Another successful drop shot winner from Kyle Yates.
Yeah, that scouting report, right? He's done that. That's his third time this game. You've got to watch for it. But again, it's tough to run up there because he may hit it right behind you.
He's one of the best at it. He's using it well. Both players trying to get big. Stay proportionate with your partner. Stick to the game plan, stick to the process. Trust the team. Whoa, huge. Oh, good patience. Oh, and Staksrud getting viciously huge.
Yeah.
Take a look.
Look at him dictating this. I thought Gaytan-Leach missed an opportunity to maybe fire a ball down the middle. Staksrud took advantage of it.
Another game point here. The drive, the drop. And Sierra pulls the trigger into the deadly hands of Maggie Remynse for game.
Yeah, what a crazy game there. They again went to Remynse's backhand. She crushed it down the line, and that was a tough finish for hard eights. But Team Clean evens this up.
Absolutely, and as the game continues to evolve, you can still see that patience is very relevant, discipline is very relevant, and matches don't get closer than that. Folks, we are going to a Dreambreaker tie break as these players warm up. You can't ask for much better pickleball than that, folks, and we are here all weekend. Thank you guys for joining us at the MLP Ohio event, the last one of the season. It has gotten crazier and crazier. We are just about ready for an interview with the winners, Federico Staksrud and Maggie Remynse. Cameron Blackwood, take it away.
Saw the strategy of really pushing back Sierra. Can you talk to us a little bit about that, what you were trying to create?
Yeah, I really wanted to open up the court for Fed to do his thing, and dinking cross court and hopefully pushing her off the line a little bit will create that opportunity for him, and it definitely paid off in a few points.
This is a brand new partnership. You're brand new to this team and to MLP. How were you able to create chemistry right off the bat?
I just love the team environment. I think it's 10 times more fun than something else. So I just love it. I'm just having fun. Sure.
Well, we'll let you guys get back to the Dreambreaker. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Cameron Blackwood, and congratulations to Federico Staksrud and Maggie Remynse for pulling it off so clutch to keep their team in this match. As you can see, they're getting ready for that tiebreaker. Our first one of the weekend, folks. Thanks for joining us. Rob Cassidy, Brandon Insect Pong. The tiebreaker, how does it work? Each team forms their lineup, if you will, and one-on-one until the team reaches 21. The same scoring, just each player will play 4 points and rotate through. We'll show you how it's done in just a moment. But good gracious. Yeah, and if you're a visual learner, the Dreambreaker rules, one team first discloses its 4-person singles rotator or rotation order. The opposing team will then set their order, their counter in its singles rotation order, and each player then rotates after 4 singles points. And man, they are just so tension-filled, as other events have shown. It's a modified rally scoring to 21, win by 2, the same locks at 20 and 18 as we guys have experienced earlier today. And yeah, so what can you expect? What do? Do you lead with Dekel Bar? And let's say you're playing against Dekel Bar. Do you put your best player out to battle their Titan? Or do you put out your lamb, maybe your sacrificial lamb, to score points elsewhere? We've seen different strategies in the past, and I think teams are still kind of locking in on what works best.
Yeah, I think they are, and I feel like, in these type of situations, one of the things you don't want to do is overthink it, right? You want to put your players in the best scenario where they can just go out and play their games. And frankly, the way it's set up, if each person goes out and gets, as many, maybe 3 out of the 4, you're going to come out on top anyway. So wouldn't put too much thought into that and just have each one come out and say, hey, let's play our best singles.
So we're going to take a look at the rest of the schedule today as these players warm up. At 2:30, we have BLQK versus the Lions. That's going to be a good one. Brandon, are you going to be around for that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. And then 4:30, we have the reigning champs, the Ranchers, versus the Bus, that has a new faces to the team as well, a whole new dynamic to that team as well. And the Hard Eights again at 6:30 p.m. versus the ATX Pickleballers. Looking forward to that one.
Some awesome action coming up. Full day of great, highly professional pickleball. It's going to be awesome.
Just the percentages on that last match on the 3rds, 4ths, and 5ths. I mean, on the 3rds, Staksrud and Maggie were 100%, following it up with 92% and 86% for their 5ths. So just superior consistency on executing those first critical balls that really set up the rest of the point.
Yeah, it shows you at the highest level, every shot matters, and you want to make sure you have a high percentage. Team Clean was able to accomplish that, and they came out on top.
I got to say, I'm loving the action here at this Pickle and Chill, it's called, huh? A little provocative.
You know what? Do you see the way Staksrud is walking onto the court right now?
Oh, yeah.
As if he's the most confident player right now. I mean, he's been having a great success in singles. I think he feels right at home.
Absolutely, and as one of the new players to this game, he has become a singles monster. And I think, I'm not sure if Daescu and Staksrud have played singles against each other before, but Staksrud is winning PPA events, APP events left and right, medaled at the US Open this year. Here we go. A best of 4. Daescu up 2 as his tennis roots are deeper than most.
Yeah, Daescu showing that although he doesn't play and sign up for singles as much, he still knows the strategy, and he's still long.
Perfect execution from Federico. He is showing up. He's here to dominate. Like you said, Brandon, battle of wills, clash of titans. And interesting that I said Dekel Bar as their titan. I forgot all about Staksrud and his incredible singles career thus far.
Wow, great ball by Federico.
Not over yet.
Look at this.
The drop, he's not there. Too good. Oh, rips the arm sleeve. Pickleball is so good.
Wow. I am impressed at that start by Yates and Daescu going against one of the top singles players in the world, in Federico Staksrud.
Brandon, we can't say badass, right?
We can now.
Oh, okay, perfect. Because that's what Federico Staksrud is. Great points all around. Yates versus Dekel Bar, 4 points. Enjoy. Enjoy while it lasts. That was a very close ball, but the call was out. And it was out. Great call by Yates. Looking to keep the pressure. Dekel Bar. Let's see what response he has. 5-1. Doing an unforced from Yates.
Yeah, and these are two players that, you know, notoriously used to sign up for all singles events. Now they don't play them as much, but they were highly competitive and, frankly, two of the top 10 players in singles. Oh, the tweener by.
Oh, and it's just out.
Wow. Yates goes for the running tweener, cross court, barely misses it.
The man, the myth.
Dekel pleased that was not on. He was not on the wrong side of a highlight reel there.
I've seen Maggie Remynse. She does not play singles, but I will say, I've seen her play before, and it is. She is so good.
That's great strategy there by Georgia. She's going to use her power, get to the net, and try to create some angles, win this against Remynse. This rally scoring format, those are tough, right? You want to make sure that those get over.
Yep, you got to make your opponent play. Heavy backhand from Maggie. She takes the net.
Just barely missed it. Yeah, it looks like she just barely missed it wide. Let's take a look.
It's tough.
Yeah, it just drops a few inches wide there. Remynse set up for a great backhand, got low, just couldn't curl that ball over. Good showing there by Georgia Johnson.
Absolutely. The Yates up 8-4. Sierra Gaytan-Leach here to do it again. Our X factor of the match. And that's tough. That's tough. Her tennis singles exist, but has she been keeping sharp on the pickleballs?
We'll see. Regina Goldberg is actually a pretty good singles player herself. She does like to slice that backhand as opposed to using two hands. But she's got them back in contention. 6-8, team clean.
And there it is. Marking the board with her point. Six now. Huge strike. As she sides out, Daescu coming in on his second rotation, looking to take over.
Great forehand there by Gaytan-Leach.
From Daescu, another point on the board for Yates.
Daescu pounds his chest after a nice backhand winner.
The side switch ensues. Woo. I'm no singles expert, Brandon, but this is some good pickleball.
This is awesome right now. We're seeing some high caliber players out there wanting to win this for their team.
Goodness gracious, the brawl. Staksrud being the X factor for Team Clean as he looks to carry in this singles game here.
Such great anticipation there by Staksrud to hold his ground and hit those volleys.
Perfection from Staksrud. Let's see the explosion. Yeah, baby, you know that's in. Here we go. The drop. Stretches Daescu out. And slaughters it down the sideline for a 4-point sweep, I believe.
Wow.
Just what Team Clean needed.
Watch that forehand winner and then the finger wag afterwards.
We now have the Bar versus Yates. No one pierces that ball better than Dekel Bar.
Yeah, the one spot you want to stay away from is that big forehand.
And it's hard to stay away from too, as it feels as though it's everywhere. Oh, the push! Ooh. Controversial call on that line. That push to that corner was so unreadable. Wow. Team
Close
Clean
call.
calls it out, and I think we're going to experience a challenge here. I hope we do. We really should.
Let's take a look. Wow. I mean, how close is that? I've got to say that ball's out.
It doesn't get much closer than that. Is that exactly when the ball's touching the ground? Maybe we can have like, and that's the thing about a pickleball is you don't really usually define it by the compression. You'd like to see some space as the rules the game evolves and how they really call that. But traditionally, I would have to, by that footage, call that ball out.
You know, I'll say you can't fault either team for thinking that they're right in this scenario.
And that let's take a look and hear what the ref's going to say. Based on that footage, it's also inconclusive where I would not overturn a call. But which rule do you go by as this game gets written on paper? A ball used to be defined by, kind of the dime underneath the ball and where it lands, and that would be out on where the dime of that ball. That is so close, and that's the closest ever. When in doubt, call it in, folks. It's a tough ball for them to call out, but in my opinion, based on the review. Oh, here we go. Okay, so they're announcing the challenge, and Team Clean is going to use, out of respect, they're going to use their video challenge to challenge their own call. This is as close as it gets, folks. I'm going to need to zoom in, highlight that. The dime of the ball at the bottom is out. Is there compression? Is there space between the ball and the line? No, there is not. Therefore, others would consider that in. We'll take a look at what our head refs go to and what they decide. In my opinion, well, I don't want to influence them. I don't know if they can hear me or not. We'll let them make their decision.
Yeah, the thing is, at 11-10, this call matters for both teams.
After reviewing the play, the referees have confirmed that the ball is out. Point Team Clean, and they will maintain serve. That's the tightest ball I've ever seen replayed, by the way. That was tough, and it was out. And smoked for another point in Team Clean as we are locked in at 11-11.
There's that forehand again. Nice in and out on that one by Dekel Bar.
And a 3-1 to give the lead this time to Clean. See what Georgia Johnson can do against the Maggie Remynse.
Big serve there. Let's see if Hard Eights can regain some momentum after that call.
Plays the bounce and it's out. Good decision to kind of let that bad boy go as opposed to forcing that volley. Oh, huge two-handed backhand. See how low she gets for that backhand. I think I'm learning a thing or two. Meg Remynse putting points on the board for Team Clean.
Wow, 3 perfectly executed backhands by Remynse.
That was a clinic. Those are going to be engraved in my brain for sure. Perfect balls.
Yeah, she's really feeling that two-hand backhand. You can see she placed it right there on the corner, made it tough for Georgia Johnson to get back in the play.
Just as precise with the cross court as she was with the sideline. Forcing a timeout, Team Clean. I'm curious what Cameron Blackwood knows about singles. I think we got her. Cameron Blackwood, come in, Cameron.
What's interesting when you go to a Dreambreaker here with rally scoring is you can't go for it on your serves like you would do regularly in pickleball on the other tours. So you see Georgia gets a lot of free serves off her, or a lot of free points off her serve, as well as a lot of other of these players, but they're taking a little bit off. So just a little bit interesting to take note of when you're going to these Dreambreakers, because it is rally scoring here. So again, I think Georgia's going to have to come in because she's sitting back and she's getting beat by Maggie. See if they can't get back in this.
Absolutely. The ratio of risk versus reward in singles is a little different than doubles. Got to go a little more all out in these scenarios, but keep in mind, every point counts.
Yeah, tough one there for Johnson. Ends up missing that return.
And Brandon, hard eights going from up 8-4 to being down 17-11. Holy smokes.
Big change of events after that close call earlier. Wow, is that the spark there from Gaytan-Leach to get them back in this? Look at this cross-court forehand running all the way to her right.
Another controversial line call as it gets this close to the end of the match. Our first Dreambreaker. The ball is out, confirmed by the refs that it was out. And the Team Clean is going to use a challenge.
Yeah, Regina Goldberg mentioned to her sideline, she feels like that ball was good. So they're going to go ahead and do a video challenge here just to make sure. I mean, it matters, right? Everything you can get in this type of match and environment,
it does matter. I'm definitely interested in the logistics of such things because I think Team Clean did use their challenge earlier. As they sorted out.
Yeah,
but their call was confirmed in the first video challenge, so they were able to maintain it. They're now going to use their challenge again. It would have been a little upsetting, in my opinion, if their sportsmanship would have costed them at this point. But they are going to use a video challenge on that line call. Can't wait to see it. Every point matters.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I think that first video challenge was called by hard eights because that ball was called in. And so that's looks to be what they're confirming here, realizing that Team Clean still has an opportunity for a video challenge.
They do. All right, as we take a look, it's a tough call, but I will say, to say the least, that ball looks just as out as our previous ball. I do not see this one getting overturned or called in.
That one's close.
Is it?
I think
it's close.
I think they'll probably stick with whatever the original call was.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the refs can say the ball was out, which means they agree and the video footage showed that it was out. Or they can say inconclusive, so the call will stand and not enough to overturn. Here we go with our referee. And the call is going to stand. That's going to be a point for the hard eights. The ball is confirmed out. Whew. Pins and needles here in our first Dreambreaker of the MLP, Columbus, Ohio.
Road to 21. See what happens here.
Wild road so far. And Regina Franco Goldberg getting big for Team Clean.
Yeah,
and now we have Staksrud back on the court. Look out.
Oh, this is the matchup here. Let's take a look at this one. Team Clean up by 4.
Can Daescu keep them in the match? Oh, and a foot fault called on Daescu by both referees. That was an impressive point.
Daescu using all of his length. Staksrud moving really well through the through the transition zone to take those balls out of the air.
For such a long man, to be able to stretch him out shows how incredible Staksrud's shots are. A controversial foot fault call here happening.
Yeah, Yates not agreeing with it. Daescu obviously not agreeing with it as well.
Looks to be some controversy on the call, but it's most likely going to.
Yep, here we go. We can see it. You see that right toe on the line there. And that was after a volley.
A clear foot fault as the kitchen line itself is part of the kitchen. Daescu getting stretched out to the max by the one and only Federico Staksrud. He's just so good. He is so clean. It's like this team name was named after Federico Staksrud.
Yeah, he's walking around with that strut again. He wants to close this out right here, right now.
Here we go.
And he does.
It's out. Team Clean takes it. They take it from the Eights, the Hard Eights, and winning their first event or match of the weekend. Team Clean. Such perseverance, Brandon.
It's a great match all around. I think, both teams fought hard. Team Clean ended up coming on top on the singles side. But Hard Eights shouldn't be down on themselves. They've got another match to go today.
Yeah, and it came down to the newcomers of the teams as they kind of figured themselves out. That very close mixed game that happened between Yates and Gaytan-Leach versus Remynse Staksrud. Staksrud was just able to pull it off. I mean, I love that kid. I get to see him down in Naples, Florida. I'm so happy that he's here, that he's involved in the game. He's such a great attribution to the sport in general. And, open arms to all newcomers in this game. Tennis, badminton, couch potato, everything. Awesome. We have Cameron Blackwood with the winning team in full, all 4 players. Cameron Blackwood, take it away.
Federico Staksrud, only active singles player on tour right now, absolutely killing it. How were you able to rally your team to get this win?
Yeah, I mean, it started a little bit slow, 1-3, and then the team kept it up and just motivated me to keep going.
And Maggie, you as well, taking it to Georgia. How are your ground strokes working so well, switching from doubles and heading right into singles?
I just got to remind myself that I have been ground stroking since I was 2, and I have to, just trust myself.
And Regina, how important is it to you and your team to see the fight this early on in group stage play for the rest of the weekend?
Oh, it's major. Like for us to come here and feel just strong and secure about ourselves, it's major.
It was a great win for you guys. Thanks. Back to you.
A great win indeed for Team Clean as they get it done. Entertaining to say the least. That is just what we have grown to expect here at the MLP events and what we look forward to for the rest of the weekend. Rob Cassidy and Brandon Insekpong, thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you guys in just a little bit. We're going to take a short commercial break. We'll see you right here.
Major League Pickleball is brought to you by Pro XR Pickleball, Aura, Franklin, and Knock Around Sunglasses.